Hello everybody, welcome back to Blueprints. I have not played the game in a week. After I played like 35-ish hours in the first 12 days after it launched, and then I haven't touched it in a week as I've been focusing on other things and giving my brain a little bit of time and space. Fountain's still open. But I've learned a lot of things. Principally, the clock puzzle, which I'm so sorry I made you watch an hour and 40 minutes of me struggle to do that incorrectly. I understand where I was going along with that because I can actually study that puzzle away from the screen. And also, just like a bunch of the meta stuff, I am understanding a bit better now. So we'll get into some of that soon. But first of all, let's start off with some drafts. And then we can start to think about some things that are new. An early courtyard seems fine. Do I see a shovel or a metal detector? I don't. Hop in over here. Let's do security really early. And then before we do anything else, let's go out to our room in the shed. So yeah, there's a lot of things that have been observed in the comments or pointed out to me. There's a few things that I've learned accidentally along the way, which is totally fine. You can't go into everything absolutely spoiler free, but we will get to more of that. We could do schoolhouses today. Because I don't, after so long doing like everything else, I don't think I see anything on the desk over there, so I'm going to save the step. After so long trying to get down into that cave with the pump room and all of that stuff, I'm ready to just kind of run around a bit and see what happens. So, let's start here. So, the bridge in Bridget, we understand that and have processed that mystery now. We could do a very early observatory. Then we end up with a big dead end on the left. So with 40 gold, chapel is not really something to be concerned with anymore, I think. Nothing to be gained from those. These torches still look like ones that can be lit because they've got the gems on, as I understand from the paperwork. But I've never seen anything that would allow me to light stuff. A library hooks left, as does the nook. The hallway gives us both, so we'll take the hallway. Dead end over here. First classroom. Apple for teacher is very welcome. Big old globe. So this is colouring. And I don't think there's anything else in this room for me to be concerned with right now. And that's fine. Because I'm sure the higher level classrooms are going to get real interesting. Let's do an observatory here. We can then hopefully get a bunch of boons and bonuses from this guy. That's flowers. That's good because we're going to need more gems. That's a slice. That's a line. I'm not going to click you. I don't know if it makes a difference whether you click it or not, but I'm not going to click it. The face that makes more dead ends present in the whole building. Den gives us a gem, which I'm happy enough about, given that we're trying to do classrooms. There's 2 gems still in the garden that we drafted that we haven't taken yet. If we do this, we can go back to courtyard and security. I think it would be foolish to pass over these when they're presented them to us. There's this note here. What do I remember? Attention, Miss Hannah Peterson. Few false leads. Managed to track down old textbook. Yeah, okay. And this is math, same as it is on the dartboard. There's a hall pass. You will not lose steps between 2 adjoining hallways. Hallways drafted from adjoining hallway do not cost gems. Okay, we have 4 keys. That's good going. Right, so that's a dead end. We have to go back 3 rooms here. I'm just waiting to find the rooms that I've learned things about to tell you all about. In here, we've got 2... Oh, there is a shovel. I did not see it in the angles I was presented. Pebbles. A turnip. Very happy for that. Okay. Looking for ways north. And this is not presenting them. Alright, we'll take the library. This could be a very short day. A book to take. Great question. Let's take a new clue again. And then head into security. Nothing on the ground there. Right. We learned something somewhere along the line. I'm going to go back through my big old list of notes. This. Delete it. It says. And there's this screen here. So this is one of the notes from the underground passage we found. So if those are the TVs... Hold on. If these are the TVs, it's not those 2 monitors there, or those 5 monitors there, but it's this. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 on the top, and then these 2. So that is an image of the archives where there's a ladder, which is interesting. I don't know what to make of that from here. We can hop into the security terminal. View the estate inventory. There's 2 trunks in the front room, in the front lounge. In the front lobby, that one. Keycard system. Keycard system settings. Set security level to low. Confirm. Set offline mode to unlocked. Confirm. And then somebody very kindly reminded me that we log into the network with the password, not Freebird, not Coolbird. What is the password? I should have memorized this by now. Swan song. A swan is a bird. Do your doobie-doo bleep boops. Rave. Rave. We can do remote terminal access. It is possible to connect to other active terminals. View active terminals. It says they're all offline, but we got the special computer room out the front of the building, which means we can do stuff like this. Would you like to connect to the terminal using the Black Bridge connection? You may only connect to 1 offline terminal each day. Yes. So now we can connect to the lab and run an experiment even though we haven't drafted the lab yet. So whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, gain 1 key for every 2 hallways. Whenever you draft a hallway from another hallway, set your dice to 2. I don't mind that. Whenever you draft a red room, lose 5 steps. So I want set dice to 2. That'll be good. Whenever you draft a hallway from another hallway. I think this will do well for us. Then there's research logs, experiments, network, and so forth. So we have other options on those, which is to be noted. Yeah, this is the archive. I don't know if you can delete the archive per se, but we will see. Classroom in the corner is great. Takes us down to 1 gem. There's a magnifying glass. Apple for teacher. Somebody said, I don't know if it's a hint or something, but apparently the periodic table of elements is missing 2 elements. I've got no idea which. I guess I could look it up. Hold on. So, I don't know if any are missing. Like, there's a whole load of them that are in grey on the periodic table I'm looking at down here past RG. You've got coppermecium, niobium, flavorium, moscovium. Those don't seem to be down here. But then where are we? Lanthium and acetinium, these two, are there on the standard periodic table, and then they cut to cerium and thorium down here. So I don't know that something is missing from those, but if it is, I'm not following it. Science is fun. Good old science. Oh my god, this is going to be a dead end. Oh, we can redraw today because we have classrooms. That's very important. Corridor is always left unlocked. Happy enough with that. We can do another classroom from here. Gem requirement 1. That does set us to 0 gem requirement, which is a risk. There is the maps that we've both studied a little bit, not tons, but the mysteries are possibly very large within those. Right, we need a way north. Parlor presents that to us and gives us a chance to draft gems, which is important. So we grab our little bit of key, our little wind up, and try the logic. The gems are not in this box. The gems are not in the white box, which would suggest, if true, the gems are in the black box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are not in the blue box. If true, they would be in the black box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are in the blue box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are not in the white box. This is a lie. Then they would be here. I'm just going with my gut, but it's so many levels of extra thought that sometimes my brain just can't deal with. Hello. Right, what have we got here? Passageway is nice, but I don't think... well, either that is that or just bedroom. So I guess we're doing passageway. And spending all of our gems, but we've got 3 chances to get gems off of this room. So there is that. Let's start on this closed off side. Use a key. I should have gone back to the foyer and opened some of the trunks, perhaps. Can't draft this. Could draft that. Could draft this for more gems. I think we do this for more gems. Get our key. I'm curious, if I got the other puzzle wrong, could I take this key to the other puzzle and open one of the other boxes? Only one box next to this box is false, and it contains gems. Only one box next to this box is false, and it contains gems. Only one box next to this box is false, and it contains gems. Oh my god. Both boxes... This is false, because the other 2 are true. Nice. Okay. Nothing on the sideboards there. Let's go inwards. We can't redraft here. Let's take this bedroom and save our drafts. There's the car keys. Could be some keys in our future. We can go back here. We can go through that room as much as we want because we get 2 steps for going through it. Reading nook into a key. Trunk. I'll spend one of my 4 keys on this trunk. Very worthwhile. Immediately getting spent. The library keeps us moving forward. Will it have the book that I've just asked for? It's got a treasure map and I have a shovel. So there's that. Right out front. And then this is the clue book again. So I don't know how long I necessarily want to spend restudying this. One thing I do want to look for is possible dates. Dead cases, lavatory closet, attic, furnace, solarium. A bunch of people's names. This we did something about, though I can't really remember. A new clue, books. Oh, this was all checked corner case rooms have a low place clue found in them. That led us to the extra microchip that we put in the cave. 2 Tanner fork, orange, banana, apple, banana, orange, good grief. 10 Decipher, lunarly named Uncle Or, draft the 6s. More clocks stuck at that time. Draft the 6s, shifted extras, the fixed straights. Or whatever that says, I've got no idea. Then this book, major, XYZ ABC. Assume page count starts on title pages. Red, green, violet, blue. Okay. XYZ ABC. Over here, there's these books. But I don't know if I have access to these specific books or whether they relate to something. 10 Decipher. This is a red book. No, it's a pink book. I wonder what I'm missing about this. So I'm going to do a line break and then start thinking about this some more if I can. Red, green, violet, blue. Assume pages start on title pages. I hate that I can't really screen cap that while it's zoomed in, but hey. XYZ ABC. Dead end in major key. XYZ ABC. Seen all the signs. Dead end in major key. This has this in it, which I'm also inclined to note down right now. So this is the chess puzzle. So do I have chess puzzle? Sheet music, sigil, family, politics, gallery, new clues, underground chess mystery. These are not the images I wanted from my new underground chess mystery. Do I have them in here? They'll be near the bottom. No, unless I've written them down somewhere else. But there are rooms that have the chess pieces in them. And I was wondering about whether I have to... Yeah, the white bishop's always in the chapel. The observatory has the knight. The chapel has the bishop. This is the note I was looking for. So the library has... I'm going to look up a picture of a king and queen on chess because I want to be sure. That is the king. Okay, that's the king. So the library has a king. So that's to be thought about as well. Suspect. Suspect is a key. All right, that's enough of that book for today, but we continue to seek out interesting things from it. I think this is the highest level classroom we've ever drafted. Art class. I've never seen this room before. Okay, so bride, plane, car, flan, pry, art class, classroom puzzle, coast and coat. Art prompt. Draw two things that share all but one letter in their name. Robot and root. Clever. Draw two letters, acorn and corn. Tooth and two. Spelling incorrect. Sorry, Josh. Apple for teacher. Art prompt paper. Can we get in behind this desk? Nothing in those, it seems. No flowers in this room. It's a shame. I need more gems. Okay. If we go to the storeroom, we get 2 gems, but we have very limited options. We have 9 total redraws. I'm going to spend some of them. The pool, the boudoir. Let's do the boudoir. We get some dice, which will be helpful. And the Christmas tree has gone from our last visit here. But now we can talk about something else. So, let's get this light on for a start. Hey, how you doing? Safes. Let's talk about safes for a second. So, over on the note page. For ages, we have been looking at the art on the walls, and it has given us this. If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. Now, if you've ever done a cryptic crossword, you'll know that one of the things that can happen is that the setter will use a word that when read in a sentence, you will perceive that word in a specific way. And they're trying to trick you into using it that most obvious way, and instead you need to think of it in the different way. And I cannot think of a good example. For example, if the word, like getting to the root of the problem, and you think of the base point of the problem, but actually mean the root of a plant, the actual plant, and like some kind of plant is the answer to the cryptic crossword. I'm not good at cryptic crosswords, but you hopefully understand what I mean. I was thinking this as if we count small gates. So I was looking for pictures where they would have gates in the pictures that I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not what it means. That's not how we're counting. This version of counting is the inclusion of. So I have 2 siblings, right? But if we count my sister-in-law married to my brother, then I have 3 siblings, because they're my sister, but they're my sister-in-law. We are going to count them. So if we count small gates, so if we include the small gate out to the apple orchard, then we have 8 dates cracking 8 safes. So there's other safes that we did. We did the apple orchard using the date that was carved into the tree in the image in the dark room to get into that gate. So in this one, this person here, here we are. This person loves Christmas. They've had this Christmas image present the whole time, but I never really clocked it. Like, they just like Christmas. What am I was like, I was doing this. Is that, oh, is there something in this picture that I'm missing? No. They love Christmas. And if we come over here and to the day, I wonder if it works both ways. Let's do 25th day of the 12th month. Yeah, so I don't know if it works both ways, but the date gets into the safe. The same with the orchard gate. And so we need to start noting specifically 8 safes and 8 dates for those 2 things to correlate. Okay, so we get a free gem. And then we have this letter that we've read before. Letter number 4. So let's come over to this screen. And underneath here, if I can do that, we can make /table. And it only needs to be 2 wide. We have safe. And we have dates. And we know that there are 8 safes and 8 dates. And I'm going to do this. Oh, I don't want that. I'll fix this later. So we know there is the office. There's the boudoir, which I will fail to spell right now, even though I could just look at it. B-O-U-D-O-I-R. There's so many vowels. The office, the boudoir, the orchard. Then there's the underground gate next to the upper floor of the cog machine. So we'll do underground cog. There's one in the study. And that's all I've got right now. Somewhere I also noted the date that was written on the wedding picture of the ballroom, I think. But I don't know if I have that written down somewhere. Maybe it was 1952. So we just did 25th of December, which is the boudoir. So this is correct for the pair. The orchard was, oh god, it's like 11/18 or something. 18/11. But we don't need to worry about that right now. We can double check that down the line. This room here is where the other date that I'm thinking of is. So we have a hunt for dates, basically, is something that we are now doing. Music room, classroom. Absolutely take the classroom. 1 gem left. What is this? Astronomy? Next slide. There was a battle. There were injured people. There was a prince. Apple for teacher. History worksheet, multiple choice. Who was the first crowned ruler of Fen Ares? In which city in Fen Ares is the name of a historical figure? How many sons did the 4th king of Ordina have? Orindia? How long did the War of the 5th Era last? Which realm did not ally with Fen Ares in the war? What flag was forbidden to be flown at full staff after the war? I wonder if like A, B, C, B, A, C is a clue somewhere along the line. 4 out of 6. Nothing on those desks. 4 out of 6 here. 4 out of 6 there. No one really excelling in this test. People working on the railroad. Big marchy paradey things. Back to the battle. Back to that, okay. History is penned by the victors. Anything else in this room that is more obvious? 50% here. Alright, another classroom. Use a key. I could take a dining room, because we'll get some extra steps. We've got to do this walk back to the foundation at least, coming soon. And it keeps us moving north. Anything else I see around here? Already it's just going 12 noon for lunch. How appropriate. Lots of the rooms have white pawns in cupboards, so unless it's just the opportunity to have multiple goes at where that pawn is placed, I don't know. Gift shop, veranda, 2 gem requirement. We can't afford it. Give me the gift shop because that gives us 2 doors. That's dinner being served. take my 20. I don't plan on drawing the furnace anytime soon. That gets us up to 89. Considering we started the day on 70, I'd say that's good going. 110 for this and dare mode. We cannot afford it. But we do have a treasure map for this piece of floor there, so could be done. We could do the laboratory and have a doorway, or we could do the storeroom and get 2 gems. I'm inclined for the storeroom, get 2 gems. Also means we don't spend a gem right now, which can also be important. There's the artwork of this guy. No idea if this is just like a nice thing to find or if it has any significance elsewhere. Time will tell. Probably. Down to 3 keys now. Let's take the workshop since we have some amount of loot right now. There's a battery. This stone says N. We've got crow and crown for N in case you were struggling with any particular room. Right, that is going to be a no-go. So, shovel and battery pack and something. What? I do not recall. Alright, this room is our treasure map room. The lab gets us to the antechamber door, but we don't have a greenhouse. I'm not that worried about it. Let's do the spare room. And treasure map. Looks like the spot. Time to start digging. We have a shovel, very fortunately. I think the coffers are generally 40 gold. Be interesting if they were worth more the further north you got in the house. Oh, we got gems. I've never seen it have gems before, but this is very welcome. Right, we are burning through our keys though. We do have capacity to get the garage. We could do the showroom. We've got 64 gold to spend in the showroom. So I guess we'll do that. Spend some of those gems we just got, but hey. Emerald diamond bracelet. You do not have to pay the gem costs for floor plans today. Master key opens all normal doors. Chronograph. You are more likely to draw drafting rooms or tomorrow rooms while drafting. You can rewind. And the ornate compass. While drafting, you may rotate the first 3 floor plans you draw. I mean, right now, the master key seems like it would be most beneficial for us. I wonder if there's anything else in this room that isn't just the shopping. No idea. Alright, well, here goes our last key for a while. The garage gets us a key, but locks us off to a very long dead end. So I will take the pool. Something else that I've missed for so long is we got swimming trunks. We bought them in the gift shop, and it said add a pair of trunks to the pool, and this is them. It's also those. Like, I just hadn't internalized that the gold change on the pool floor had turned into these. I thought it was just a random chance, and we just kept getting luckier that we kept seeing chests rather than change on the ground. But no, it's actually just the benefit of 2 chests being there. Okay, we are going to be doing a long walk back. Because we cannot afford the master key as much as I would like it. Game's very quiet at the moment. Not much for music and things. Did we miss anything on here? I don't think so. That safe is cracked. Through the library. All the way back to the hallway. Still over the 70 steps that we started with, though. Through this bedroom. This foundation exit is the only... No, actually, where are we? We're here. No, we don't have a sledgehammer to open the chests that have populated in the foyer. We can dig these holes. A key! How fortunate. Pebbles. There's something else I also want to do that I've been thinking about. We're going to go down here for a second. Through my favourite graphical glitch. We don't need the basement key to go through this door, because we've unlocked it once, at least as far as I still understand things. Alright, I'm not interested in going down there just yet. I actually want to explore this room a bit, because I think this room has the piece of paper that describes the 4 ways to open the thing. The antechamber. This I'm still super curious about. But no. Unless it's not super obvious or it's hiding somewhere. Could be hiding behind one of these desks or something. This guy. Right. For ages I've wondered what the text around these things are. So. North lever, underground, north of reservoir. Alright, we figured that out. Then down here. 1 backup lever for each antechamber door has been installed in separate locations for redundancy. However, we have been told that the locations of this reserved system will not be disclosed to the staff. Backup levers. Are there 4 more? 1 backup level for each antechamber door. Is there another one for each door that we don't know about? And there's actually twice as many ways in? That's very curious. Also, this is just a postcard, but what about? I have no idea. So this suggests that there are second ways to get into all the places, which is very curious. Well, that was the note that I wanted to check, so I'm glad we have. We can hop down there. Do I want to check down here for anything while I'm here? It's unlikely we're getting into the antechamber today, so I don't feel the need to go and open it right now. So I think we're okay. We can go back to our standard exploring. There's still the music sheets question of find among white trees under 2 stones, which I've got no idea what that means. There goes one of our last keys. We could do the locksmith and buy keys, which we then have 2 doors off of the pool. Or we can do this. I guess we're doing this. It's riskier business, but hey. Let's do 3 keys? 6 keys? We'll do 6 keys, save 40 gold. I think there's still something expensive we can buy from the fancy shop with this if we want to. With 2 gems, though, and 68 steps, while we're here, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps to the front hall. Yep. And crack with 2 of those keys the 2 chests that were populated here thanks to the observatory. Hopefully one of them will have gems in. Well, dice are welcome. We still have our test of drafting a corridor off a corridor, hallway off a hallway sets dice to 2. So nothing to do back in those rooms. So back through security. Chewing along. And then at some point soon, I'm going to really need to start thinking about making some proper progress with the sigil rooms, I think. We haven't solved a single sigil yet, so getting the first one of those down will be good for us. We don't have any more gear than we came through with before. At least not gear that can be used at a station like that. Yeah, 44 gold. Could still buy the chronograph. Let's do that. Because we've got lots of dice and we can reroll classrooms a lot. So if we hate what we draw to, we can reverse course. Oh, clock tower. I'm sure we missed 1:30 today, didn't we? I'm so sure we've missed 1:30. We start tomorrow with a bunch of keys. But let's do this. Clock tower will be a story for another day. 19. 30. Is that 13 squared? That can't be 13 squared, can it? Because only minus 10 minus 20 is only minus 30. There's 12 squared is 144. Let's do 13. I'm so lost. 13 minus 20 minus 10 would be minus 17 or something. Why am I so confused about this? Can't do the square root of 13. What do you want of me right now? What? You're going to lock me out if I just power through all the numbers. What could it be? I'm baffled. It's going to be the last number I check. That'd be hilarious. One. $13. I don't understand how we get to 1 from this. 13 minus 10 is 3, minus 20 is negative 17. I don't know. Same problem here. 14 squared minus 1 divided by 20. I don't want to just brute force it all again. But I will. I'll be right back with you. So it's 19, 1, 2. So something times 20. 10 divided by 10 is 1 times 20 is 20? I don't know what was going on there, man. I have no idea. Alright, well, we press on. Last room on the top end. Mail room for a package tomorrow is not bad. Order placed. This. Did they ever prove that he was the one that stole the Baron's mail? That thing that we've seen a bunch. Have we read all of these letters? I have not seen all of these letters. Okay. Let me know if I'm writing you too much. We saw that. After giving some thought, I've decided I'm going to continue to helping you. I also just had a small chat with the probate lawyer, and he assures me that there's nothing in the Baron's instructions that would preclude me from offering you my modest assistance, so let me tell you what I know. About a week before Sinclair died, something rather curious happened. A few lab assistants were called by Mrs. Babbage, the house manager, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studios. Typically, all of the unused floor plans are kept there, and I have never heard of them being moved to another location, nor would I presume to guess the reason for such an action. I'm not sure which floor plans were removed or where they moved to, save one, which I instructed to remove myself. Assuming it was not moved again, I hid it. You should be able to find it in the observatory, hidden within the lens compartment of the telescope therein. If there was a reason behind the removal of these floor plans from the drafting studio, hopefully this will serve as my first illuminating step towards finding out why. That's cool. I'm going to write that down before I forget to go do it if I don't get to it today. Room plan in telescope lens, question mark. Hey Simon, I'm going to assume at this point you've likely reached the upper ranks of the house and run into our keycard security doors. These are actually a fairly new addition to the house and were designed by Kirk Darren and myself and were installed after an unfortunate incident 2 years ago where some of your uncle's correspondence was stolen by a member of staff who had somehow managed to reach a room that they should not have been able to find. We're still not 100% sure how we got past the antechamber seals, but it was clear after that episode that not every member of the staff should have unchecked access to the higher ranks of the estate. It's important to note here that in my own experience, I have found every other member of the staff to be extremely trustworthy and unwavering in their loyalty to your uncle. Still, after that incident, we decided to err against our own confidences and opted to install a state-of-the-art security system issuing keycards to only the most trusted members in the senior staff. If you find the security doors become an annoyance while you are attempting to navigate the house, you should be able to lower their frequency from the security terminal, and there is even a nifty trick to unlocking them by utilizing the utility closet in conjunction with the security settings. What? Oh, no, we understand that. Just set them to high, but power them off. We know that. I don't know what commonplace, standard, unusual... This is like the room frequency chart, but I don't know if this is important for something else, so I'll grab it and stick it in the end of a very, very long document. Oh, something else I'm going to do right now. We've seen this stamp before, I believe. Arch Aries, together we weather. SKR 6789. Yeah, I think these are just gibberish numbers when they're sequential like that. Can't see that one. You can see this one. There are shores. Morajai. The White Sea of Yore. That one we can't see. That one is either up too high. Oh, we can kind of see it there. Interesting. I wonder if that's like a hidden one. Is that even a clue? to one of the rooms. I can't screen grab while I click and I hate it. I'll try and remember that that's there. Then this one. That's one of the... That's the Black Widow symbol I keep seeing everywhere. Then there's that guy. And we can't see this one. Right. We've read that one. Simon, following up on the map I created outlining the steam power duct system, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with a corresponding map for gas power, which is an outdated system that currently is only utilized outside the house in locations in the ground. Apple Orchard, Schoolhouse, Gemstone Cavern, Hovel. Hope this helps. I have already done that, but if you hadn't done that, that would be a mystery to you, I'm sure. Just in case it wasn't explicit in my emails, I decided to contact DC Power directly and get some additional instructions. We have done that. Okay. Interesting stuff. 9 up, 3 up is... Not sure if you paid much attention to the machine in the booth in the lab. Yeah, we've done that one. That was your letter from your friend or your dad. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Let's go to the other side of the pool. Ballroom could be fine for us here. Classrooms are blue rooms, which we can't get to off of this. I could spend 2 here, then we'll always have 2. Classrooms cost 1. So, sure. It will also give me a chance to check the date on this photograph. Eclipse Pool 1952. Do I know when the in eclipse date is? If it's not 1952, we might be able to work out when the in eclipse was. Not sure, but I'll take additional notes as ever. We've seen the music here. If we do this classroom, how many classrooms do we have? Great question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 7, and I think there are 8 total. So if we can draft the last one in this spiral of 4 rooms, we would hopefully learn something. Algebra worksheet. 3 squared is 9. 16. Don't square till you're there. God. What is this? Oh my god. Apple for teacher. Plus 2 steps. 8 out of 12 advanced functions worksheet. 16 seems to reverse to 61. Wait, who's the best kid in this class? 3 squared is 9. 3 squared is 9 plus 5 is, or minus 5 is 4. I don't know, man. I don't feel like this is super helpful. Do these algebraic equations need to be solved for a puzzle, or am I really going mad? I don't know, but I'm gonna take a note of it. So much stuff in this game. Let's try that one again, shall we? Game. So much of the stuff in this game has had me second, quadruple, triple guessing things about what could or could not be a hint or a secret that I really just don't feel like I know anything anymore. This is not wheat and wet. Corn and cloud? I don't know. It's not that. Alright, let's see if we can get to grade 8. Shall we redraw 12 times here for it? Alright, back to one of my other hypotheses, although this is a dead end, so this doesn't really help. We'll do that hypothesis another day. Hypothesis, not hypothesis. Keep redrawing. Classroom 9. That'll be it. Or Classroom 8, rather. Grade 8. Early Arajan did not use any verbs, so today the rare usage of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words and are mainly used to describe physical actions. Affix pairings. Prefix suffixes, when paired with a verb, can mean I will or I won't. Hello, can you teach me a new word? The large house is towards the east. I will swim at dawn. Good grief. I had heard something about language learning being a puzzle in somewhere, but how this necessarily relates to things in the future, or puzzles in the future, I don't know. But I guess because it's going to be difficult to draft room 8 repeatedly, I should probably take these notes too, in case they become pertinent down the line. Who knows what's ever going to be pertinent, though? Honestly. Not me. I think there is a trophy called Ace the Test in room 8. But I think that might have been something I saw in like the achievements that I haven't unlocked yet from somewhere. But given that I don't even have an option to fill in the test, I don't know how I would do that other than if the answers of these questions have some kind of like code within them. But I know that 4 of these are right. And 5 of these are right. So just figure out which one is not correct or where things are different, and maybe there's something else to be learned from those, but I really have no idea. Language learning stuff. It's been a long time since I learned the language script in Fez. Let's use a silver key here. I don't think it matters. It doesn't really, but the drawing room is one of the many rooms. I don't have a gem. Fine. Redraw. The cloister has lots of rooms. I still don't have any gems. Let's look in the conference room a second. So, these notes. Reminder after meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. This is not the safe code, but what I don't know is there a date that relates to the goings-on of this office? Its dates are the important part, apparently. Right. We do not have a security key card. So, where does that leave us? We are unable to draft anything. We haven't seen the boiler room. I'm amazed that we got to 8 classrooms, honestly. I feel like there must be something more for reaching classroom 8 that I'm missing, but... Oh, I'll tell you what we can do. We totally have an observatory, and we have 40 steps left, which is going to be enough to get us there, I hope. Let's go. I could have just got more gems by doing that when I didn't have gems earlier. Silly me. Let's go and see if we can't find this secret thing in the telescope. It's such a clever place to hide something. Like, I set the telescope up facing the sky and was like, I never need to touch this again. Clearly I was wrong. As ever, challenge every single assumption I've made in the history of the universe. Alright, how much further? That's not it. We want this parlour, classroom. Grade 3. Through security. Pantry, chapel, hallway, observatory. Pantry. Chapel. Hallway. Observatory. Right, I think we need the top wheel, don't we? Oh, it's that thing with the handle. That's so cheeky. Alright, we're caught on this vent, or this thing, so... To the left. Then bring it down some more, I guess. Unless I'm going to be on the wrong side of it. Which would be interesting. Yeah. This is now a problem, isn't it? I can see the hand. I broke it. I've glitched it up. You found a secret floor plan. Planetarium. Would you like to permanently add the planetarium to your drafting pool? If you call it a day in the planetarium, gain 2 stars. Yes. Yes, I would. I don't know if I cheesed a puzzle there by doing it that way. But I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Dead-end rooms are more common today. Well, they are now, if they weren't before. Alright, let's take our last 15 steps. And revisit the pathway down the well. Just to try and ensure if there's anything else that I want to have kind of locked in. Oh, we have flooded the well. Okay. Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could get to the showroom to spend this money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, we can't get that far. So we'll leave that stuff there, maybe for tomorrow. Is there anything else to do? Don't know. Things are so mysterious these days. Especially on days that you have a shovel. I'm like, anywhere could be hidden something to dig with. Like, hidden behind the bird bath by the rock. Or something. Right. Camp, there's the old orchard. Nothing that I see down here. I think we probably call it a day there then. I think. We didn't draft a hallway off another hallway the whole day. But we discovered a new room, or a new floor plan at least. It'll be a classroom thing. Perplexing campus. 3 puzzle rooms, 8 classrooms, and a library. Alright, a solid day. For now, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.